All right, everybody, want to welcome you to this amazing product call. We're going to get started for you right now. We are really excited for everybody that is here. Let me get the slides up. There we go. We've got a lot of people on here, so happy to see you all. Got some people that I haven't seen in a while, so that's always exciting as well. And my name is Guy Berlando, and Laura Ruckel and I are going to be sharing with you over the next, probably about 30 to 45 minutes, some absolutely amazing live testimonies from people that have really experienced life-changing results from our product. We're also going to give you a little bit of a background first on our company and what these products are about, some other results that we have. We're going to show you some pictures. We're going to show you a little bit about how this product actually works as well. And then we're going to have some live testimonies. Laura will be sharing some, I'll be sharing some, and we're just really excited for all of you to be here to enjoy all that. And to get us started, I'm going to introduce our C7 in the company here in the United States, only C7 right now. Miss Laura Ruckel, along with her husband Ron, have been building an amazing business here with Sealy by Design. They got started a couple of years ago. They came in and then just took off. They have a business experience. They own their own business right now as well, besides Sealy by Design. But with Sealy by Design, they've been able to really create something for themselves. They've been in the CBD industry for a long time. They were with another network marketing company. They saw the value here with Sealy beyond what their previous company was doing. And the decision for them to come over here was absolute and without question. So with that being said, Laura, if you would go ahead and take it away.
Awesome. Thank you for that introduction, Guy. That was amazing. And I'm so glad to be back. Missed 2 weeks of this and really missed everyone and being on here with everybody. So excited to be back here. Even though I had a good time, it's always great to get back to the norm. So with that being said, I'm going to get started. We got a little bit of housekeeping we have to do first, of course. I want to let you know that there is no medical or healthcare claims here. The products, information, and resources provided in this presentation are for educational purposes only and not to be construed as medical healthcare advice. No information in this presentation should be used to determine treatment or a medical condition or illness. Consult your doctor or healthcare provider with specific questions regarding diseases or medical matters. The Sealy by Design products have not been evaluated by the FDA and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any illnesses or disease. What's a company without awesome leaders? So let's talk about them for a minute here. Our leaders for this company are Brad and Marcia Hager. I need to get to the next slide, Guy.
You're not seeing it?
There we go. About the company. So yeah, founded in Nevada in 2019 by Brad and Marcia Hager. Sealy is a Balinese word that means prosperity, good fortune, beauty, and great health. Sealy by Design is a health and wellness company that uses a proprietary aquaceutical nanotechnology. Yes, that's a mouthful, and we've got someone wonderful that's going to explain that technology to you and what it's all about here in a minute. It's to create the purest and most bioavailability CBD and CBD plus the nutritional products on the market. So we are not just a CBD company, guys. We go a lot deeper and a lot farther than that. Our founders, Brad and Marcia, have over 60 years combined experience in direct sales. The Hagers have built sales organizations over 500,000 people in over 100 countries with sales nearing $1 billion, and they just keep going. It's getting bigger and bigger. They're producing millionaires all over, and I intend to be one of them. And they have a heart that's pure as gold. Just amazing couple. So speaking of that couple, just the picture that you are seeing here is Devin, their son. Why Sealy by Design? Why was this even started or created? Well, it was created because of Devin. Brad and Marcia Hager were looking for something for their son to help him. He was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and if you'll see the picture on the left here, you'll see the curvature in his spine and how bad that he was. And so they had to do an operation on Devin to correct that curve. And with that operation came screws, plates. You see the picture there on the right, just multiple pins and stuff, that rods that had to be put in his back to make that straight. Well, that was good because he became as tall as his mother in that after the operation. But the unfortunate part of that was that it left Devin in a lot of pain. I can't imagine as a mother with children be having to go watch your child go through and suffer all of that pain. So in that, they were trying to find a natural solution for Devin. They did not want him to stay on prescription drugs. We all know that that can cause side effects. There's addictions that happen with those. They didn't want that for their son. So they were on a journey to try to find something to relieve Devin naturally. And they had tried, I don't know, like, I think it was like 60 some different CBDs that they had tried for, they were oil based, trying to get something to work for Devin. They pretty much had given up on what CBD could do and some other natural products. They just didn't think there was any hope and that nothing was going to work. Not until Brad and Marcia got a phone call from a friend, and they were telling them about a product that a friend of theirs, a doctor friend of theirs, there was 4 doctors with 9 PhDs that had formulated this product. And what they needed was someone to market it. They had the product, they knew the results were amazing. They were formulators, they were not marketers. And so they needed someone to market it. And this person knew that Brad and Marcia was just the people to reach out to for that. They were reluctant at first. They didn't want to do it. They didn't want to go talk to this doctor, but they finally, thank God, that they decided to say yes, and that they sat down with this doctor and he explained to them what he had on his hands. And we're going to show you later what that became of and what happened. But right now, I want to bring Guy back on to tell you all about this aquaceutical nanotechnology and what we actually have our hands on. And Guy is not your just some ordinary guy, no pun intended. Guy is a retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel, former F-16 fighter pilot. He's a former captain of Southwest Airlines. He is an Amazon bestseller. He wrote the book Discovering Your Authentic Self. He is a C6 and a founding member with Sealy by Design. He's very good friends with Brad and Marcia. Him and his wife Elka were able to retire 7 years early due to income generated by Sealy and moving to their dream home located in Keystone, Colorado. So take it away, Guy, with all your intelligence, and tell us about this.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction, Laura. I tell you what, my wife and I are just absolutely passionate about this company and about what this product is doing for people. And as I mentioned, you're going to hear from some 4 live testimonies tonight. So stick with us. We want to give you just a little bit of background on why we're getting the results that we do. You know, some people will go, well, you know, when we first came out with this product, we had no taste in it whatsoever. And they're like, well, this is just water. And I'm like, no, it's not just water. It actually is a lot more than just water. So I want to give you a little bit of the information, if you will, just so you have a better understanding of exactly how this product is creating the results, proven results again and again and again. As Laura mentioned, this was created by 4 scientists with a collection of 9 PhDs, way smarter than me, way smarter probably than the majority of us that are on this call. They named it aquaceutical nanotechnology. Aqua means water, ceutical means nutritional, nano means very tiny sized particles, and then technology is basically what puts it all together. Now, most of us probably grew up knowing that water is the most bioavailable thing you can put into your body because we are mostly comprised of water. I didn't realize until I saw this slide that, you know, many of the major organs are also, look at those numbers, 95% for the eyes, 94% for the blood, 83% for the brain and the kidneys, lungs. You got heart and muscles at 75%. So water is very important to the body. And so what these scientists do is they use a 7-step process to create a very special kind of ultra pure water. All right. And we're going to use this water as the delivery system to be able to get to your cells. And we're talking not absorption into the bloodstream. We're talking absorption into the cells. That's also very important. I got somebody pointed out to me a couple of weeks ago. I was on a phone call and they're saying, well, yeah, we have 97% absorption. Well, I came to find out they were talking about 97% absorption into the bloodstream. We're doing 99% absorption to the cells. Very, very different from anything else that's out there. We are nanosizing a typical particle. And again, we have 92 total ingredients. We have a 50-50 blend of CBD and CBG, world's first ever company to offer that. And just understand that a typical CBD particle is about 2,000 nanometers in size. That means the cells cannot receive it directly. All right. The cells, your body's cells, have CBD receptors on them, like 34 per cell. But the challenge is the cells can only absorb between 60 to 80 nanometers. As you can see, 2000 is way too big for that. So in a typical CBD product that comes in a tincture like this, you're getting 2000 nanometer size particles. Some of them nanosize down. They use older technology, still not going down to less than 10 nanometers as we are. And so the challenge is when you take a typical CBD oil, it's got to get into the digestive system, and the digestive system's got to break it down. And at best, you're getting 10, maybe 15% absorption. So for every dollar you're spending, 85 cents, 90 cents is going down the drain. With us, and this is what the product looks like, you're getting 99% absorption. That's 99 cents on every dollar that you're spending for the product. And our product is much cheaper, lower priced than anything else out there for what you're getting because of this nanosizing. When we take a typical 2000 nanometer size particle, split it up, cut it up, all right? We're not squeezing it or anything like that. We're actually cutting it up into millions upon millions of smaller particles. What that does is increases the overall surface area of that first and original particle, right? If we cut it all up into tiny ones, we've increased the surface area, which also allows it to get into the bloodstream and directly into the cells. In fact, we surmise there's enough CBD and CBG in a single dose, which is a teaspoon, to go to every single one of your cells in just 5 minutes. There's actually more than that, but that's enough said there. And what we do is the scientists, they created a water encapsulation. So do not confuse this with a water soluble CBD or water infused CBD. This is, or nutritional product for that matter. This is totally different. What they literally do is open up the water clusters, insert these tiny nano-sized particles inside the water clusters, and then close the water clusters up. Very complicated process. I've made it very simple so you can kind of understand it. And then when you put this in your mouth, and I'm going to demonstrate here in just a little bit, you swish it around like mouthwash for a full minute and swallow it, you're breaking up those water clusters. And breaking up those water clusters now, you're allowing those particles to get into the bloodstream within a minute. And then the heart is pumping that out throughout your entire system, through the capillaries and everything else, getting to every single cell in just 5 minutes. Again, very, very different. So what's all in here? Some of this may intrigue you because, like I said, it's more than just a 50-50 blend of CBD and CBG. You know, many people don't really care what's in here. They just want to know that it's going to make me feel better, right? It's going to help me get over my aches and discomfort. Is it going to help me sleep better? Is it going to help me with my anxiety or my anxiousness, right? Well, it absolutely is. But to help you do that, they came up with this formulation. We're also going to throw in MSM, third largest element in the body. It is so important for the body. Boswellia or curcumin, corydalis, sarsaparilla, ashwagandha, resveratrol. You can just see it's a complete wellness blend in itself. But get this, on top of that, we're going to tack on 54 trace and macro minerals. And these minerals are so important for your body. They're 4,000 nanometers in size, even more difficult. You get about 3 to 5% absorption if you're taking some sort of mineral supplement. And we all should be, because most of us, 90% plus, are walking around mineral deficient. In fact, Linus Pauling, who's a double Nobel laureate and chemist, PhD, many years ago, he said that you can trace every sickness, every disease, and every ailment to a mineral deficiency. That's why we loaded this thing up with all these minerals, all nano-sized for the direct cellular nutrition. Glycobiological blend. You may be like me. I had no clue what a glycobiological blend, but what I've come to find out through experts a lot smarter than me explaining this to me is that the glycos are really important for your capillaries and increasing the blood flow and rebuilding your capillaries. I mean, the foundation of your circulatory, the blood network, right? Getting your blood out to the different cells. So again, I'm not an expert. just sharing with you, glycos are really important. And then we're also on top of that going to throw in a mitochondrial blend. This has got NAC. Some of you might recognize the importance of that. And then we also have NADs. If you've never heard of NADs, believe me, in the coming years, you will hear more and more about NAD. Very, very important for the body. 92 total ingredients, all in a teaspoon is the dose. This is a living blood analysis. These are red blood cells that are stuck together. This is a healthy individual. We've had over a dozen people do this. All right. We can't show you all, 20 or so that have done this, but here's a good example. And this person went in, had no swish in his system whatsoever. They drew his blood, pricked the finger, and they looked at it underneath the microscope, the blood. And the technician is explaining this is blood stacking. This is stress on the body. This is what leads to all sorts of health challenges as we age. You can get by with it when you're younger, but as you age, this becomes more and more significant to health challenges, creating health challenges. So what this healthy individual did is took a capful of the swish, swished it around for 30 seconds. Back then, we were only doing it for 30. Now we encourage everybody to do it for a minute to get even greater absorption through the mouth. And then they waited 5 minutes and pricked his finger again, internal product, pricking a random spot to draw the blood. And this was the result. 100% complete blood scattering in just 5 minutes. All right. So you can see the red blood cells are rounder. Now they're more efficient. They can detox the body. They can help deliver the nutrients to the cells better. It's just very, very powerful. The technician been doing that for 15 years. He bought it on the spot, right? I mean, who wouldn't when you see that? We have benefits that are through the roof. Like I said, we're going to have 4 live testimonies here coming up just shortly, but you can see all the different areas that this has been helping people with. And there's a lot more than that's just on here. In fact, if you happen to be a guest here, which I'm welcome, the person that invited you here can share with you a private testimonial page as well as our private Facebook page. And you can see some real time or real people that are having real results. And maybe they have the similar health issue that you have. And now you know, hey, it did help with this. So if you're asking yourself, you don't see what's going on in your life listed here, chances are somebody else has. Okay. So that's really powerful. And we're going to offer all this to you for just $72.50. That is unheard of. If you wanted to go out and try to buy these individual ingredients, you're talking well over $500 a month, and it won't be nano-sized. We're giving all of this to you for just $72.50. Zero THC. Our plants are actually grown. Some people have a hard time believing this, but it's true. And we've been doing this for 3.5 years. Our plants are grown without THC. So we are not extracting. That's really important. We're current good manufacturing practices compliant. That is an FDA regulated program that lets you know that what's on our label is exactly what's inside the bottle every single time. Highest quality assurance you can get. Organic whole plant hemp oil minus the THC, lab tested multiple times, clinical grade, doctor approved, non-GMO. It's actually vegan certified as well. There's no side effects because we're not interacting with anything else going on in the gut. It's 100% safe, 100% healthy, and 100% good. And we have 5 other products. These things are awesome. This is my favorite, the sleep spray. These are the exact same size as a credit card. You just spray it 9 times underneath your mouth. Sleep, you probably don't want to carry around with you, but if you are one of those people that lacks energy in the afternoon, we've got Boost for that. If you're one of these people that gets anxious during the day, we've got Serenity for that. We have 1 in 5 Americans are walking around with some sort of ache and discomfort, chronic. We've got an answer for that as well. All right. These are supplemental to the main product, but they can be used as standalones as well. And then we have the world's first ever CBD CBG weight loss spray, and it absolutely works. And these are just $25. But hey, get this. How would you like to get a free spray every single month? That's $300 in free product from the company just for being a loyal customer. Because when you order a bottle of Swish every single month, the company is going to give you a free spray of your choice. It's not just a random, what they got excess in inventory. No, you get to choose the spray that you want for whatever you feel is going to be best for you. And the company gives that to you for free by being on a regular order of our bottle of Swish for just $72.50. That's a $25 retail product, right? If you're worried about tax and shipping and stuff, hey, that's basically covering it, if you will. So I'm going to give you a quick product demonstration here. I'm going to stop the share. This is a bottle of Swish. This is Swish inside the Swish bottle, truly. I'm going to unscrew the black cap. You fill it up, and that'd be a teaspoon right there. I'm going to pour it into this clear glass so you can see it. All right. That's what it looks like. It's just clear, basically clear liquid water, but it's water encapsulated. Just, it's really important to understand the technology behind what's in here. And then you put it in your mouth. You would switch it around for a full minute. It's got a slight organic lemon flavoring to it. It actually acts as a prebiotic as well. And then you swallow it, and that's it. There's no pills, shakes, powders, blenders, none of that stuff to mess around with. And it's interesting. My wife's got a story around that, but she just loves the simplicity of what our product brings you, a complete vitamin supplement. And then, like I said, we got these sprays. I got my Serenity out because now I just took the Swish. I'm going to give myself a little bit of calmness, and you spray that 9 times under its tongue. You can see it's just a little mist that comes out. And there you go. You hold it in your mouth, swallow it after a minute, and you're good to go. So let me go back to shared screen. I went a little bit long there. I apologize, Laura, because I'm going to bring Laura on to show you some of these unbelievable before and after pictures that we do have.
Oh, that was awesome, Guy. Thank you so much. I also want to welcome, I have a brand new friend, Valerie, on here that I met on the cruise. So that's awesome to have her and her husband, Mickey, on here tonight with us. So documentation beats conversation, right? So we talked about Devin earlier in the presentation. I lost my train of thought. In the presentation, we talked about Devin. Well, this is Devin's foot. After the operation, he was left with rash all over his body, his foot being, feet being the worst. So I told you about Brad and Marcia going and seeing that doctor. Well, they were on their way to Bangkok the next morning, and they got gallons of this stuff from this doctor, left it with Devin and said, here, take a teaspoon of this. We'll be back in 8 days. When they came back in 8 days, this is what Devin's foot looked like. He did what they said, took a teaspoon every single day, and this was his foot. Just incredible results after only 8 days. We can I think those mineral blends for the clearing of the skin issues that we're seeing with this product. This is a massage therapist's hand. She actually had to quit her job. Her name is Lisa, because it was so painful for her. You can see where it's just actually open. The skin is open. There's so many things that she was limited to be able to do, let alone having to not be able to make her living that she was used to making. 2 weeks later, guys, her hand is cleared up, soft. You can see it. It's just incredible, the results that this gives on the skin. This here is Caden. Caden has a skin issue that he dealt with for many years. Nothing worked, couldn't get it cleared up. This was before Swish. And then after using Swish, only 4 months later, look at the difference in Caden's skin. Just incredible results. This is one of my favorites. This gentleman here, diabetic, and we all know when a diabetic gets a wound, I've lived with diabetic, and I think this is why I'm so drawn to this testimony here. My mom was a diabetic, my grandma was a diabetic, and I saw their lives. And when diabetics get wounds, it's very, very hard for them to heal their wounds. And he lived this way for a really, really long time. Could not get it to heal. 4 months. Yeah, that sounds like a long time, guys, but it's really not. When you live with something for years and years, and 4 months later, your skin looks like that, and all you did was swish 1 teaspoon a day. It's incredible. Hair results. There's been hundreds and hundreds of women that have gotten help with their hair, with the shedding of their hair. You can see on the left how this woman, before she started Swish, 7 days later, barely has any shedding. Did I say on the left? I meant on the right. On the left, the woman with the bald spot, 3 weeks later, You can see where that is filling in for her. Down below, it even works for guys. Not quite as many guys get results, but Guy himself got amazing results with his hair. My husband, it took him a while to see his results, but they happened. Men just don't start growing hair back once they lose it. You know, that's just not typical for men to regrow hair that they've lost. So we know that this works for hair. And then of course, the one on the bottom, you can see where she had the baldness going on. And then 6 months later, that is completely filled in. Now, my favorite part of the whole thing is our live testimonies. So I'm going to start first with the ones that I'm going to bring on. We have two really, really great ones, really special ladies with us tonight that's going to give theirs. I'm going to start with Dee Neves. Dee is from Florida, and she has an incredible, I knew she had a testimony, you guys, but I didn't really know until I talked to her the other night how amazing, like in depth, and how much it changed her life. It just blows my mind. So I'm going to let Dee unmute, and Dee, take it away and tell us your results on Sealy Swish.
Thank you, Laura. Good evening, everyone. My name is Damaris, or Dee, and I'm in Port St. Lucie, Florida. I've mostly been caregiving for my mom. One of my favorite pastimes is running road races, and I've been a runner most of my life, and I've always been active. However, in 2017, I took a bad fall down a flight of stairs, and my hip began to flare up. It was so unbearable to sit for a certain period of time. I couldn't drive or sit in a car for more than 15 minutes. Also, sleeping on my side became intolerable. So then one day I just couldn't get up for work, and I had to be taken to the ER, and I was given 2 injections and then referred out to an orthopedic surgeon. As a result, I had to resign from my job that I had at that time, and I had to cancel my road races. I was feeling deeply saddened, and I became worried, thinking, you know, how was I going to adjust to living, being limited to doing things and not being able to work or take care of my family? Thankfully, I received a call from my friend who introduced me to Sealy Swish in 2021. And I'll tell you, after 4 years of living in extreme discomfort and agony, I finally began feeling relief from my hip injury soon after starting Swish. And I'm now able to sit longer, and I can also sleep on my side. And as I continue to take Swish, I am feeling more benefits, including less joint inflammation, less hair shedding, stronger nails, better sleep, and so much more. Importantly, I'm excited that I can take care of my family and get back to running and doing all the things I love. This product has truly been a life changer and a huge blessing for me. Even my son and my parents are taking it as well. It's a must in our household. So with that, I will leave you by saying I'm excited for being able to share my story and to help others find relief and improve quality of life. Thanks everyone for listening. Back to you, Laura.
Awesome. That is amazing, Dee. And you are just a sweetheart. That is just a beautiful, beautiful story. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that with us tonight. So my next one is Pam Kuhn. Pam is from Pennsylvania. She's very new to Sealy, but she's got some incredible results already. And I'm excited for you guys to hear what Pam Kuhn has to say. Go ahead, Pam, and unmute and take it away.
Hi, everyone. Laura, thank you for asking me to speak here tonight. My story started actually in 2019, about the same time Sealy was coming to the scene, but I was started working for another CBD company. And with that being said, the product was great, but my biggest issue was I have to confess, I was the person that talked about blood absorption, Guy, right? So Guy kind of educated me a little bit, which was fantastic. But the biggest issue for me is cost. And I tried many. I cannot tell you guys the amount of money that my husband and I have spent on trying CBD. For me, it's not that I didn't believe in CBD. I absolutely knew that it would work. But my issue was, how is it getting into the body? So I had to learn a lot about it, through the process of the years. But I suffered with, I suffer with an autoimmune disease, and we don't make medical claims here. But I have to say, I was on chemotherapy for 15 years for my autoimmune disease. So it is something that was very important to me to find something that was natural, that I could take and get off of putting poison into myself on a daily basis. It was very difficult to inject myself. I had to actually do injections, and it was difficult in the respect that I knew that I was shooting poison, and it was hard to know that. And knowing that you know, like we all know that with most medications you take one to solve one problem and it causes another. So you have all of those issues, you know, when you're getting on modern medicine, and it's not that it's not good, and it's not that there isn't times that it's needed. That's not what I'm saying. But I do know that the natural things out here are important for us to replace in our bodies. And for me, CBD was that thing, and it changed my life. In actually April of 2020, I started CBD in July of 2019, and consistency is everything. You must take it every single day to get those results, to get your body, your endocannabinoid system to balance. It is key. So when people tell me, oh, I took it the other day, oh, I missed it 3 days. Well, that's not going to get you to that balance that you're looking for. And so I can, you know, definitely tell you, you need to take it like a blood pressure pill. You need to take it every single day. And that is something that I do every single day. And I have been in remission, I am happy to say, since April of 2020. I have been off of chemotherapy. I take only CBD for my autoimmune disease. And so I got the phone call because the company that I was working for, it was expensive. It was costing my husband and I $350 a month for me to take my CBD. And I said to my husband, we can't keep doing this. Costs are rising. He said, Pam, you need it. You have to take it. So I went on a mission to find a company that had a product that was bioavailable, at least 97%. I beat it. This one's 99, and cost effective. So I can't tell you how much money we went from spending $350 a month for the necessity ones. That's the CBD and CBG, because theirs weren't paired. So you had to buy 2 bottles. So I'm buying 1 bottle and I'm getting both of those products. Plus, we've actually saved more than $350 because I've cut back on some of the vitamins that I was taking because it's in the Sealy product. So, so I'm saving there as well. But we're now spending $100 compared to what we were spending before. And my results are amazing. And the reason why I say that is because I have not gone backward in my autoimmune disease. I still have none of the symptoms. My blood work is still perfect. But on top of that, I am sleeping better, and I do take the sleep as well, but just overall sleeping better. I actually left my Apple Watch on to sleep, and I'm hitting REM, and I wasn't hitting that on the other product. So I can tell you that's better. I can tell you that right now my job is very stressful for the month of January, February, and March. I work with patients on life-sustaining medications, and the first part of the year is very stressful for us. And this beauty right here, Serenity, has kept me in really good position, speaking with patients that are very ill, and of course the sleep. And I love the pain relief. You know, of course, you know, when you're somebody that deals with pain, that's really important to have that backup to that. But what I can say to you guys is, you know, my friend that reached out to me, Sandy, and she told me, Pam, could you just give our product a try? And she kind of shared a little bit with me. And I said, you know, I'm all about saving money. And it's amazing that you wrote me, because I have been on a hunt for a product that was less expensive. So she brought me over a bottle, and that was in the middle of December. And I resigned from my other job, and I am now working with Sealy. The product is amazing. So if you are not on it and you are here and you're with somebody here that invited you here, my advice to you is get on the product and take it daily. Thank you very much, Laura.
Wow. A big wow. Thank you, Pam, for that. That is incredible. I love these stories. I get teary-eyed with these life-changing stories. Or there's not really stories. I like to call them testimonies, because they're proven results. When you hear somebody tell it, it's proven that this product works. When you hear it from the mouth, the horse's mouth, basically, you know, they're saying it, you know, it's true. No, I wasn't calling you guys a horse either. So, all right, Guy, those are the 2 that I have. I'm going to give it back to you, and I'm excited to hear what you have for us tonight.
Awesome. Thank you both for sharing, Dee and Pamela. And Pamela, I'm so glad you mentioned that. That's something I tend to forget when I'm sharing about the product part of this, is the amount of money that you can save. I know my wife, Elka, she talks about that all the time, because she was a former bodybuilder, constantly spending money on all these various supplements, a lot of money. And we're probably saving somewhere around $200-300 ourselves as well, because we were able to cut out all those other supplements. So I'm so glad, thank you for mentioning that, because this product really can save you money. So with that being said, I'm going to bring on our first speaker. This is Kelly, and she is a partner with Lisa Fleming, the person with the hand, right? That's Lisa. And this is a partner with Lisa. And Lisa was really excited to have Kelly share. So Kelly, if you would just give us a quick introduction about who you are and what your results have been with Celia, what's going on before and now.
Hey, good evening, everybody. So I went through a lot of trauma back in 2018. And by 2019, it had taken a toll on me physically, and I ended up having pretty serious surgery in late 2019, and took a long time to heal from that. I had to go through a lot of therapy, and in I guess like January 2020, Lisa Fleming asked me if I wanted to try Celia, and I had been taking some other CBD. It was all oil based, I had never heard of it in this form until Celia. And so I tried samples, and it was a GI disorder that ultimately was the cause of what had put me in the hospital. We didn't realize that at the time, but when everything was said and done, we realized it was my GI system. And I noticed an immediate positive effect from the Celia with my GI system. And I had to go to an infectious disease specialist, and he was, you got to go see a gastroenterologist and get the colonoscopy, all this kind of stuff. And I was just like, I didn't want to do that. So I went ahead, full steam ahead, taking the Celia, because I really could tell a difference right away, much different than any of the other CBDs I had taken. And I had lost a lot of hair when I had been sick, and my hair came back so thick. It was thicker than I was like, I don't know what to do with my hair. It was crazy how thick it was coming back. And I think now it's settling down and evening out a little bit. But just I got feeling back in areas that had gone numb, and just all kinds of things that just really improved. And that's really the only thing that I had done differently than before when I got sick. Everything, all the other, nutrition protocols, all that kind of stuff, I didn't really change very much. So, I kept noticing improvement from that. Definitely helped with anxiety, allergies, all kinds of things just were getting better. And then fast forward to 21, I guess, starting in January of 2021, my father got really ill with cancer, and I was helping my mother take care of him, and just that whole journey, those few months with, just watching him and helping her, and just all of it, just incredible anxiety and depression and everything. And every night I used the Serenity spray, the relief spray, and the sleep spray. And I made it through that whole time just with that. And that it would have been so easy to just, get some Xanax or get some whatever, and we were doing a lot of heavy lifting. And so there was pain involved, and it got me through the whole thing. And I still take that triple combination a lot of nights to sleep because I just got really used to it, and it helps a lot. But that has really been the biggest thing for me, is just alleviating a need for any sort of pharmaceutical intervention. There's teas and things like that you can drink, but there's just something about that instant relief that you get with that spray when you spray it under your tongue, and it's like you can feel it go to work. I've had a lot of other things I've had to deal with, and I keep a bottle of the Serenity in my purse and in my backpack, so I have it anywhere if I have to go in a stressful situation or anything. And then I've also recently got my 20-year-old son on it, and it's helped his anxiety a lot too. So I'm definitely a supporter of it for many different reasons. And of course, all the other ingredients that are in there, you can't get that anywhere else. Oh. It's just an amazing, very comprehensive, holistic product, and really helped me come out of a healing crisis that I was in.
Wow. And thank you for mentioning also about the quick acting, because I didn't mention that with these sprays. I mean, within 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you start to notice something, and they're very fast acting, right, Kelly?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially I love the boost in the morning when I'm waiting my tea to brew and get that caffeine going. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just use some boosted. So gets the day jump started a little quicker.
Awesome. And like you said, holistic. There is no artificial fillers, no artificial coloring, no fats or oils added to wrap up the CBDs like in a typical tincture, right? So this is the most purest bioavailable thing you can put into your body. I mean, it's
Mhm.
just 100% healthy for your body. There's nothing in there that is not healthy for your body. So thank you so much for sharing that, Kelly. Very, very insightful for sure.
You're
And
very
our
welcome.
last guest that we're going to have on tonight, I am super excited about. Jeff Jeff Brown introduced me to Gilbert. Gilbert just gone through a battle of COVID, or we would have had him on here a couple of weeks earlier. But we had a conversation yesterday, I guess it was, and I was just absolutely blown away. I have not heard somebody with this particular testimony before. And I've been around here from the beginning, 3.5 years. And there's a little bit of a story here. So we're going to take a little bit extra time because I want you to understand who this gentleman is. This is somebody who's a very professional gentleman, but then guess what? He also shares a very dear passion of mine, which is flight. And he actually did some good work with people as well. And before I actually bring him on, I want to show you this real quick. This is something that he was doing back when he was 100% healthy. And he had started a program. This is Gilbert. He had started a program out here in the Denver area called Silver Wings, and he was helping the youth experience flight. And these kids' life were changed by this. Jeff has shared some stories with me over the last few weeks that is amazing. And some of these kids grew up to go into aviation and that. But the point of the story is this man has a real heart. He has a real soul. And then some bad things happened. He got into a really bad car accident where he ended up getting some brain injury. He didn't know it for a year. And all of a sudden, bad things started happening. And then he, later on down the road, I'm going to let him share this, but he went into a coma and stuff. But his life has changed since he's been on Swish. And so Gilbert, please, he's over in the Georgia area. And it has been an absolute pleasure to get to know you. And please, if you can unmute yourself there and just share a little bit about your journey with Sealy. You get it? There it goes.
Think we got it.
Yeah, we got it. Go ahead,
Hey,
Gilbert.
guys. Nice seeing you.
Same.
Yeah, well, it's interesting, but one of the things I want to say before I really get started was the hair. I got a problem with that. As you see, that fast hair growth, I wish it was a little slower. But anyway, I I started this program with kids way back in 1998. And it was giving kids the opportunity to go flying. The program took off and I was very busy. I was having fun with it. In 2011, I was in my first car accident. But backing up before then, I have a rare lung disease that I found out that's called ABPA, allergic bronchial pulmonary aspergillosis. And with that, I have been intubated in the emergency room 5 times. So for me, if I get sick, I have asthma as well. If I get sick, I have to be very careful because I would wind up in the hospital on a respirator. This COVID incident had me very, very afraid because I had all the symptoms that they say if you have. From my perspective, I die. And I've been doing everything that I was supposed to do to protect myself from COVID. I got all the shots and I thought everything was fine. Jeff called me a couple of weeks ago and told me about CBD. Now, I as you mentioned, I was in Colorado and I was just starting to do those things for my brain injury in order to help heal my brain and everything, because my goal is to get back to flying. So Jeff started me on the CBD a week later, man, I got COVID. And it was so mild. It was just like I had a cold. I went to the emergency room. They said I had COVID. They sent me home. So I came back home, took the medicine, kept swishing, and I started feeling a little better. So my bout with COVID took me 3 days to get better. I also have a back injury in which it gets me really painful. I had a laminectomy and I had epidural blocks to help me with that. The COVID brought back those pains again. And you have a video of me with my now wife, who was my nurse, feeding me. In that video, that's what happens when I get these back pains. I get the narcotics and I'm wiped out. With this and taking the Sealy, I didn't get those back pains. I mean, I got the back pains, went to the emergency room, and my back is fine now. Usually I have to take the narcotics to get going again. But with the Sealy, it's a lot better and I'm really enjoying it. Cognitively, my brain is doing stuff that I haven't been able to do in a while.
Let me just interrupt you really quick, Gilbert, because this is the important part of the story. And I neglected to really explain it. And first off, also, he was a real estate agent. He's done a bunch of different things in financials as well. Gilbert's a professional, and he lost a lot of that ability because of these car accidents that he underwent. And he had to learn how to walk again. He had to learn how to talk again. But what interested me in this conversation that we had yesterday, about 20 minutes of nonstop talking from Gilbert, he's like, I can't believe I'm talking like this. I could not have done this 2 weeks ago. So can you elaborate on that a little bit?
I couldn't. I was still in the brain fog. I was still trying to figure things out with my life. If I go on the computer, which I use a lot, I'm unable to see the screen and I start getting headaches. 5 minutes into the screen, I have a headache. So I had to walk away from that. So I couldn't do any type of work anymore. As in real estate, I couldn't read contracts. I couldn't understand what a contract was. My brain injury had me I had so much memory loss that I couldn't remember that I was a pilot. I couldn't remember all of my friends that I had. I am still in the process of putting that life back together. In fact, I have photographs of the events that I took back that I had to look at those photographs in order to remember the things that I'd done. I'm still in awe at what I've done because I don't remember them. And it's important that with CBDs and CBGs, the way they work on the body, and I'm a long way from understanding how it does, all I can truly say is how it affects me and the time that I'm able to even right now communicate with you. I couldn't do this 2 days ago because my mind wouldn't understand the things that I needed to do what I'm doing. It's like I'm doing it automatically now with the Sealy. I can see how it is starting to affect my body, how it's starting to affect my mind. And I was a skeptic too, but this has been working. And I'm telling you, I'm enjoying the ride. And if there's anything that I can do to help out, I mean, I'm going all the way through to where I am going to start picking up, flying again and doing those other things that I used to do, because now I have that confidence. I have the medication that I need. And if I can say this briefly too, some of the medication that I take for my brain injury, if I have THC in my system, I don't get the medication. So with the Sealy, as I was taking it, I got a urine test and it came back negative. So
Oh, I
for
love
me, oh man, for me, I can now take the Sealy in confidence and still reduce those medications and things that I have been taking so that I can continue to do the things I have to do to get back on track again.
Now, let me ask you this, Gilbert. How has this changed you and your wife's life?
How has the Sealy changed my wife? My wife.
Come
used
on,
to-
screen. There she is.
She used to she was my nurse. And you know, we've come together, and the things that I struggle with, she's a nurse, she's helped me with. So with the Sealy, it has drawn us closer together because we're going back every morning saying, have you switched yet?
I love it. I love it.
We're doing this, and it has brought us together. And again, if it wasn't for that, we truly, I know I would not be on this call
Oh,
because my brain is getting a lot better and I'm getting more confident in doing those things. And as time progresses, I'm looking for more and bigger and better things now.
I'm excited to see what happens after you've been on this product for about 6 weeks. I know for myself and my wife, we notice big changes, and we're healthy individuals, and we notice big changes around the 6-week point. So it's going to be great to continue to check in with you, Gilbert. And what's your wife's name?
Absolutely.
What's your wife's name?
I'm Terry.
Hi, Terry. Nice to meet you. And thank you for sharing. Yes,
Thank
thank you guys both for sharing so much. I mean, it's just an amazing testimony, truly. So as we close this out, what I encourage you to do is get back with the person that brought you here tonight. I know we had a lot of guests on here tonight. So what you want to do is call back the person that actually invited you here, right? And if you have any questions, let them answer them for you, right? Thank them for thinking of you. And then let's get the product on the way to you as well. You just think about it, and besides for yourself, but who else do you know? And then go out there and share the good news. The more people don't know about this particular product unless we share about it. So please do that with your friends as well and help change the world and make it better for everybody, especially in their health wise. All right. So on behalf of Laura Ruckle, C7 here with Sealy by Design, myself and Elka, my wife, we want to bid you all a very, very good night. And I look forward to you getting on the product and be the first to say, welcome to Sealy by Design. Everybody have a great night. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Thank
Good night.
you.
Good night, Gilbert. I'll call you in the morning.
Thank you. Great
Bye.
testimonies.
Beautiful.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night. Bye.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye, Jeff.